Hi, this is TonTrader. Here's the biggest crypto news of the week in just a couple of minutes. It was a relatively calm week for prices, but a busy one for developments. Regulation, funds, and infrastructure are the three themes shaping the market right now. Let's go through the 5 biggest stories of the week. First, the Bank of England has eased its rules for stablecoins. The regulator dropped the proposed limit on how many stablecoins a single user can hold. Instead, it plans to cap the issuance of any single stablecoin at £40 billion, while allowing up to 70% of reserves to be held in short-term government bonds. In other words, the UK is choosing to support market growth rather than restrict it. That could attract new issuers and speed up the adoption of digital payments. Second, the United States is preparing to ban a government-issued digital dollar. A new crypto market bill includes a provision preventing the Federal Reserve from launching a central bank digital currency, at least until 2031. The message is clear. If the bill becomes law, privately issued stablecoins like USDT and USDC will remain America's primary digital dollars instead of a government-backed alternative. Third, Bitcoin remains under pressure from investment funds. It is currently trading below $60,000, with continued outflows from U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs remaining the main reason for the decline. However, there is an encouraging sign. Analysts say that selling pressure from the funds is beginning to slow. If outflows eventually turn into inflows, that could become the first signal of a broader market recovery. Fourth, the Base network stopped producing blocks for several hours. Coinbase's Layer 2 network experienced a technical issue that temporarily halted block production, although developers restored operations fairly quickly. It serves as an important reminder that even the largest Layer 2 networks remain vulnerable to technical failures. Infrastructure reliability is becoming one of the key factors in competition between blockchains. And fifth, USDT Zero has surpassed $100 billion in transfer volume. The new version of the stablecoin has crossed $100 billion in cumulative transaction volume. Once again, this shows that stablecoins are growing primarily as payment infrastructure. Real-world use of digital dollars is expanding much faster than the speculative cryptocurrency market. Why does all of this matter? Regulators on both sides of the Atlantic are gradually defining the rules of the game. Institutional capital continues to influence Bitcoin through investment funds, and stablecoins are becoming an increasingly important part of the global financial system, not as an experiment, but as a practical financial tool. What should you watch next? First, the upcoming votes on crypto legislation in the United States. Then, the flow of money into and out of Bitcoin ETFs. Also, keep an eye on new stablecoin regulations in Europe and the United Kingdom. And of course, watch how the market reacts to U.S. economic data and expectations for future Federal Reserve interest rate decisions. By the way, while the whole world is focused on the FIFA World Cup, you don't have to be just a spectator. Join the TonTrader Football Challenge, make your predictions, and win prizes. The bottom line this week is simple. The market remains cautious. But beneath the calm price action, major changes are taking place. Regulators are writing new rules. Institutions are moving Bitcoin through investment funds. And stablecoins are becoming part of the global financial system. These long-term shifts are what continue to shape the future of the crypto industry. That was your weekly crypto roundup. All the links are in the description. See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.